measured.
What's up, boss man? Hey, and hello everybody. The thing ended kind of quickly, so that's fine. You caught me off guard here. You caught me red-handed. I was looking at my phone. But what's going on to everybody out there in YouTube land? This is another episode of Stateside Reds. You know today is Monday, so you know I'm tapping in with my boy Ronaldo straight out the ATL Man United supporters group. What's going on, brother?
Evening, brother. Hanging in there. Rough weekend. Just to let you know, I'm glad you didn't catch me singing the theme song as I'm coming in, especially with Cartel in the Barclays this weekend.
Oh
Only
my
talk I
God.
talk all this years. I was going to this concert. I wasn't there.
He got a Miami date too. I think he got a Miami date, and like
He's
if he
all
got an
over.
Atlanta date, I'm gonna go to that.
Making up for lost time. Good for him.
Yeah. I mean,
Well lost.
crimes aside.
Crimes aside.
Crimes aside, you know,
Good.
love a redemption story. But yeah, man. Real quick before we get into the sad state of the Manchester United men's team, the women's team, okay, are flying. They're in third. They're in third at the moment. Yeah, they're in third at the moment. I'm spitball off the top of my head. Also, not only are they in third, they have just gone through to the final of the FA Cup for the third time in a row. Think about that, bro. Think about that. For the third time in a row, where we can't even get our act together. The gal them are going and flying, okay?
The neglected gal them.
Look, the hated ones, the ones that the manager. I mean, they want the manager out. That's one. They want Skinner out. They're not funded well. They playing this. The LSV looks cool. I've never been there personally, but it looks cool. I think personally they should be playing at Old Trafford, but I know they have times that overlap with the men's team.
Right.
So, okay, that's cool. I'm not against the LSV, but for them to have been spit on and disrespected the way that they have been, for them to constantly rise to the occasion, being in amongst the top 3, top 5, as
losing
they've been,
stars,
losing big names. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about big names. Fallon Tullis Joyce, the American goalkeeper. Can we borrow her? Can we borrow her for a couple matches?
I know, right? Let's trade up for Thursday at least,
bro.
Let's keep for Europa.
I think this is a free kick smacked up to the bar. She smacks it on the bar, goes to the ground real quick, and she saves that foot save real quick, double save. Grace Clinton again with another goal. They win 2-0. Yep. Just awesome. Natalie did a video about that just recently talking about FA Cup. Big up the girls, man. Big up the girls doing everything that we're not. And I don't think they get enough love. Definitely don't get enough love from, football in general. But from our manager base, from Ineos especially, they don't get the respect that they need to get. So shouts to everybody on the women's team. Everybody watches women's sports. But let's move on to time for depression. Time to be sad. This is the sad segment of the show. All right? So let me get your tears ready. 4-1 in Geordieland. Man United slapped. Absolutely shellacked. Ronaldo, what do you think about that game, brother?
We talked about it before and knew we had an ass whooping coming. Even before we put Eriksson in the midfield. Like, what the fuck were we thinking? I mean, I know Collier's hurt. I guess Casemiro's old, so we don't want to play him before Thursday. Mainu's just off the hospital bed. So we really didn't have any, CMs besides. I thought Bruno would have played a little more in the middle, but felt like Bruno was a little more up top. And I mean, they're runners and gunners in the midfield. Grimaresh, Tonali, and Jolinton, they are relentless. They're strong, they're fit, they're physical, and they're hungry. And those guys are chasing Champions League. And they put belt to ass. I mean, we had a good first half though. I think it was honors was split in the first half. That goal was really good. I don't count that as a defensive mistake at all. That was a really good goal they had. I mean, you could vent about the turnover and everything. And then our goal was great. A great move. I was begging Delo to take that space, and he sure enough did. And lined it up great for Garnacho with a perfect finish. Good move. And yep, as we ought to do, we leave our heads in the locker room and we come and concede a goal 2-3 minutes in the game. And yeah, they steamroll us after that. Some awful defending. Carrying over from the Thursday game. Because as much as we want to give Onana all the blame, I give him 90. A lot of those a lot of moments in that Lyon game, our defense were getting flooded. I don't know if it's Delict or nada, but I hope he's fit Thursday, man, because I think they got a taste of blood. They know they could deal with the Maguire and Mazraoui and beat around Euro. I mean, Euro's one guy, you know. It just infuriates me. We have 3 central defenders, and these guys are finding space in the box to trap and pick a side to shoot at. Thankfully, Leon was shooting it right at Onana all day, and he spilled 2 of them. And you know, because we're that fortunate, the 2 of them went in. And same thing Sunday, our mistakes went in. We have not been lucky with that for, I want to say, the last few years. Any mistake that happens to us, we get punished, kids. It's it's kind of sad, it's depressing. But yeah, I mean, we said it before. We knew we were gonna lose, but we didn't want it to look bad, and it looked bad.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping. Apparently, coach gave him a hiding this morning, and hopefully their heads are out their asses and they train hard and get ready to win a game Thursday. Because you know, results aside on Sunday, the importance of Thursday has not changed. It's win or the season's done.
I agree, 100% agree. I think the only thing I would, I find a little, I think what you said was great, but I will say that first goal, as the first goal was the one over the head with the volley, right? That was the first goal over the head to EXEC.
Which one?
The one where
no, EXEC over the head to Tonali.
Yeah, so with that one, Ugarte loses the ball 2 times, like back to back. And I looked at that game 3 times. Well, really 2.5 times. I watched it. I always watch the game twice if I can, like if I have enough time, because I want to see what's going on. And we do this, so like sometimes you don't see it the first time, you got to see it a second, and then I'll watch like a highlight, like a match of the day that's gonna focus on what happened or whatever. Or I'll find a good one that shows it in longer clips. Ugarte was he's been very weird. I don't want to say bad.
Untidy with the ball.
Yeah. Very untidy. Now he starts the goal for us. He wins the ball in that. Okay, so like once again, feast or famine, man. United. Okay, it's like individual errors will get us out the game, and then individual brilliance will get us in the game. That first half, bro, I'm gonna be real with you. Everybody's saying like we were so good in the first half. I thought we were surviving. We were surviving in the first half. They had the more pressure. They had less possession. We had more passes, but they had more pressure and they looked more attackingly sound than we did. Like they looked like they were closer to an end product than we were. Yeah. We were getting the ball and hitting people on the break and like hoping something would happen. There was that little passage of play, and I was like, oh, okay, look at these guys.
With Zirks and Bruno.
Yeah, and I thought, Zirks did better there, but you know what? That happens. This whole thing's a lottery. Now, I'm going to read all the comments in a second. Shouts to Jordan. Shouts to Mascot. I'm not calling you Jordan, bro. Your name is Mascot. I thought they looked a lot more sharper than us, and they were in first gear that first half. They were in first gear. They went to the back. Somebody got on that crunk juice. Yeah. And they came right out and they went up a gear. And Man United just didn't look like they can cope with the second level of play that they were willing to do. Overloading the box, overloading the ball side on defense. There was a couple times where Dorgu just was getting manhandled by Bruno. Like, get off me. Come on, Lickle you. Watch out. I got this ball here. Other side, Livramento doing the damn thing. Harvey Barnes doing no. What I was saying, man, I was saying like the contrast in the two teams is one team that's had their coach for a while, that have put together and scouted a decent team, that are finding form at the right time, that are fighting for something, versus another team that's on life support with a new coach and a hodgepodge mixture of players that are only figuring it out. Another game where we only play 20 minutes, 30 minutes of real football, 30 minutes of football, some fearsome football that make you feel like, all right, maybe we could score. Shouts to Garnacho. Clinical finish. I think it's not getting enough love out there. He had a man bearing down on him from his left, and then the goalkeeper to beat. To put that exactly where it needed to be. Very class. And he could do that. And where was he? On the right-hand side? Mm-hmm. On the right-hand side, figuring it out. We all saying, play him on the right. We're screaming for it. Let him be on the right. Let him linger there. I'm okay if you switch it, but let him get there. Oh, Mr. Green, listen. When I get on here, I don't got favorites. I'm about the X's and O's, baby. The Jimmys and Joes. You know what I'm saying? But no. Shouts to the women team. They play for the love. That's Casey, Beto. Big up Beto. Transfer Beto. That's what I call him. I thought Bruno would be holding and Eriksen would be up top, then replace with Mount. True. I'm with you there. Hell no. Ronaldo, first half was a 7 out of 10 at most. And the
7 out of 10 is good, dog.
7 out of 10 is very good. That's that's a 2 notches above average. I think I'll give you a 4. 4 out of 10 for the first half. When they went up the gear, it was like, okay, this is what they were trying to do in the first half. They just perfected it once they came out. Somebody said a word and it happened. So yeah, that game, I thought we were gonna win. I thought we were gonna win from a Man United delusion perspective. You know,
hope for the best, punch up, you know.
Yeah, you know, you always got a puncher's chance in this game, right? You know, look at Arsenal and Real Madrid. Nobody gave Arsenal a chance. They just went and slapped them 3. Now they ain't out of it, but we knew it was coming. Schoolboy mistakes made it worse. 100%. That's Mr. Green. Shouts to Mr. Green. Best description, Mikey. Shouts. That's what I was referencing earlier. Ugarte needs Kobe or Bruno or Casemiro next to him to get the ball and pass it to someone that can think and move under pressure. He's just a collector, not a playmaker.
I don't like that. I don't like that. You have to look up and pass the ball.
What people were saying online is that he's limited. What do you think about that? You think Ugarte? It's Ugarte.
Ugarte. I'm not sure.
Ugarte.
Either way,
right. But
either way, he needs to keep working. Yeah.
You see that, Casey? We trying to be better. All right. Well, we got it back. We got it back to Onana F it. I'm thinking you're saying we're going back to Onana F it. We got to go back to Onana F it.
Yeah. I think
listen, Bayern Deer. I was asking you a question. I'm gonna get to all this. We got time. We sponsored and we got time. So, what do you think about Ugarte, bro? What do you think? Because he looks the word that people are using for him is limited. So, what do you think about him?
Limited in the passing game. I mean, he's a CDM, breaks up play, destroys it. But part of that too, he jumps a lot of routes, he intercepts. I think his defensive game is mint, but his offense is limited. And I feel there's things he could work on. He's only 23. Luis Enrique gave up on him because that's not Luis Enrique's ball. You need to learn to pass the ball. Luis Enrique is a child of La Masia. He played for Real Madrid, you know, tiki-taka. Won a trouble for Barca. He's not with that. You can't pass the ball stuff. That's why they sold him. But in any event, yeah, it works best if you have a guy next to him that could pass the ball, but it will help if the guy can run too. So that means, you know, Eriksen's limited and Eriksen play next to him. But yeah, for now, it's going to have to be someone like the guy said in the chat. Was it on Beto? Yeah. Some of the guys who can pass the ball, like to pass the ball, like to travel with the ball. Yeah, we have to get someone like that paired with Ugarte. In the market too, like it all depends who we could afford as well. But you know, guys like Wharton, maybe the Edison guy in Atalanta. I feel like he's just like marginally better offensively than Ugarte is, and I kind of want a kind of Scholesy, Gerardas, box to box kind of guy next to Ugarte to support the front three. I kind of don't want another defender, but his offensive game is definitely limited. He's worked with Ruben before, so maybe Ruben could figure something out with him to kind of shield him, so to speak. But that has to be something personally you shouldn't like about yourself and you need to work on. So It's up to him. Half of it is up to him. At least half of it.
I feel like he has Amorim has an uphill battle.
Oh.
And matter of fact, the theme of this show is, well, the big question of this show is, has Amorim made this team worse? I am not saying that for the record. Okay, I'm just posing the question. Okay, I'm letting y'all answer it, but the question is, has Amorim made this team worse? Because 6 wins in 21 games normally will get you sacked in a lot of places. Now, I'm not talking about sacking him. Not me, okay? I don't want to sack him. I'm Amorim in. Here's the thing with me, bro. I know that these guys are crap. Okay? I don't care how good you feel about it, how positive you are. And that's why I try to kill off a lot of y'all's positivity. I with some realism, because it's like, these guys, we were just saying these guys were crap 6 months ago. We've only brought in one guy and we let 3 of them go. We still got a lot of crap guys in this team. Lindelof.
Oh my goodness.
Lindelof's been at this team for 8 years, bro.
Yeah.
Okay. Brian, I'm with you. We've used all our sackings already. Change is often painful, but also often beneficial. Listen, I don't have another sacking in me. Okay. I don't have it. I just don't have it. And I also don't know where we'll go, to be honest. But 6 games in 21 will get you sacked anywhere else, to be honest. And it's the only thing I think that's saving him is how well we've done in Europe. The fans are starting to turn. That's what I'm trying to say. The fans are starting to turn. And I know these guys are crap. I just don't know how we get from one extreme to the next so fast. We get there so fast. It's like we lose it. You cannot lose to Newcastle like
on national TV. Like
you can't lose like this and think the fans are going to be on your side. They're going to do this crap right here that they're doing. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with them acting like this. I knew we would lose in my heart of hearts. I picked them to win. Of course, I always pick my team to win. I'm always picking them. I don't care. I don't gamble for that reason. But you can't lose like that and expect to still have the same. The rational people will always say Amorim don't have his team yet. He's only made one signing, and we move. Thursday, we're putting it all on Thursday. But you also can't have any more of those. The rest of the season, you can't get smoked like that again. It just can't happen. And so I asked the question to the chat, is Amorim making this team better as you see it right now? Okay, is he making it better? So let me read some of these chats real quick, and I'll let's see. The way I see it, Mikey, is we have a bundle of construction workers trying to be cooks in the kitchen. You get me? That's a theme here in United. It's like telling me you play soccer with a bunch of baseball players. Hold on now, bro. Beto. You said construction workers and cooks in the kitchen, soccer players, baseball players. I get you, bro. I believe past third. I agree with you too. It's a hodgepodge of guys for sure. It's an amalgamation, if you will. A smorgasbord. 100% Casey talking sense. I believe past Thursday's result had a lot to do with Sunday's attitude, the tempo, and fight. I don't know about tempo. I don't know these guys. I don't know about attitude. I'm gonna just take your word for that. I try to stay away from those things. No, he's exposing the weaknesses, which have to be identified first. Can't fix shit if you're not sure what's the real issue. Brian also said pair well with a CM that can pass well. I think he'll work. All right, Brian, talking a little bit of sense here today. Brian, what's gotten into you? What has gotten into you? Just to touch back on the game, bro. The Onana situation. Bayern Deer for that goal where the cutback and then the point blank range goal where he's at the near post. Once the ball is at the back line, once it's there, what the hell are you still doing at the near post?
Yeah, you gotta center yourself.
Get back at least in position because the ball's coming back. Now I know it's like bang bang, but The ball was going in that direction for a minute. You didn't need to defend the near post once it passes it. I didn't understand why he stayed there. Looked very timid passing the ball back. Looked very timid. And I was listening to KG not too long ago, and he was saying, oh, he's timid with his feet. Like, he's not good with his feet. So he's bound to make a mistake. Boom. Tries to put the ball in play real quick. Stupidly. I'm sorry. Tom Heaton is punting that the English way. He's punting that. He's not even playing with it. He's getting rid of that.
Up the road.
I feel bad for Bindier because this is his first Premier League game. His first Premier League game in how many years he's been here? 2?
Yep.
And
we had Lindelof playing center back in the middle. We had Eriksen playing center mid.
A bunch of guys that don't need to be here anymore.
It's always going to be tough. And I don't
know,
Mazraoui. Dallo is a real hot and cool, right? He pissed me the hell off with that. Was the first Barnes goal when Livramento basically rolled right by him and Garnacho. He did a kind of like sideways thing. I'm like, yo, what? I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Put a foot in, stand up.
This ain't the only time Livramento is giving him an issue either. First off,
Livramento's good.
We haven't won a game against Newcastle
in 2 years.
In the last 6 attempts, we've won 1 time. I think I want to even say the last time we won against Newcastle was in the Carabao Cup.
Yeah, the final. I think so.
I want to say that. Hey, what's my wife's here? What's going on? All right. But yeah, I want to say we have and they have our there's no way we're going to win in Geordie Land. I'm sorry. It's not happening. And also, what the hell are those seats in the away end? That is the shittiest, most disrespectful away end I've ever seen in my life. And I don't mean the fans, I mean the positioning. What is that? Every other place, for the most part, has a decent. You get like a little sliver off to the side. You get two rows, 2 decks. They're all the way up there. God knows, I've seen people take pictures there, and they can see the whole of Newcastle upon Tyne.
That's why they put them up there, so you can get a sightsee. You can see the whole city.
That's a terrible. Shouts to those away fans that stayed for that. Shouts to those away. Dallo has to do better, says Casey. Yeah, 100%. I think he's a favorite. He's an Amorim favorite. So and there's no replacing him. Real quick, Luke Shaw comes on.
I was tripped out by then, but good on him.
Rasmus Højlund running his socks off, running the ball down. Luke Shaw making a gut-busting run to the left-hand side, and he decides to shoot it. He decides to shoot. And I said, that's what I got in the chat. I said, you know what? Fuck this kid, bro. Fuck this kid, because God damn it. Luke Shaw was the one who started the attack. He won the ball. Give it back to him. In basketball, if you make a play on one end and then you give it to the man to run the court, you let them finish it on the other end. Or you at least give him the ball to do something. You just waved him off. I'm just going to try. And then the worst attempt you've ever seen. Done with Rasmus, bro. And y'all were talking about he's a 20-goal scorer. 20 goals where?
Yeah. Last year, it looked like that. But yeah, this year, he has completely regressed. And that's part of the problem that got Ten Hag fired and has people looking at Ruben funny. I mean, it's what he has. We couldn't get a striker in January. It's him and Xerxes. It looks like Xerxes done for a year. That's a hammy. That's not healing in 4 weeks. Season's over. I mean, if we're lucky, he gets fit for the final. If we make the final, I mean, we keep talking about this final because we're still in the competition. We played good enough for a draw this Thursday. And it's our only hope for the coffers and for next season for the Champions League. So we, as fans, I guess we have to talk about, if we win this trophy. But when you see the team play the way they did Sunday, I know it's not a full unit. It's discouraging. And even us amongst ourselves, we're like, you sure we could do this? I mean, we ain't got no other option but to hope, we're fans. It is what it is. I mean, but, the days we put it on Arsenal, we put it on City, we put it on Liverpool, So if we have our best lineup out there and the guys turn up, anything can happen.
I wouldn't say
But yeah.
put it on. A couple of those games went to damn penalties.
I feel like we played respectably in both halves of all those games.
Okay, that's
especially when we were down 10 men against
Mm.
Arsenal. I mean, I don't think they were like completely over us. We defended admirably. So that game came off. I mean, we won in penalties. I'm counting that one as a W. Things are sad, yes, but I'm counting that Arsenal game as a W. And quite frankly, we should have beaten them at home in the Prem.
Did you see Bruno Guimaraes talking about I'm the real Bruno?
Yep. I'm gonna tell. So those of you who don't know, Brazil is my favorite national team. So fuck Bruno Guimaraes because he doesn't do shit for the Seleção. Okay. So I hate him both ways. He plays for Newcastle and he doesn't do squat for Brazil. So yeah, up the fucking road with him.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of disrespectful. I ain't gonna lie. And it's like, see what y'all doing? Y'all letting him say this crazy stuff, and Bruno on the bench looking down like that Popeyes worker in that meme.
That's exactly Bruno with all the dead flour on him, trying to make it cook, and it ain't working.
I just thought that was so disrespectful. But let's give it a little bit. Somebody that can hold their head up today, still today, and after that match, Harry Ames.
I like that kid.
Play good. I didn't think he needed to come off. I don't think Dorgu made the team better when he came on.
Yeah.
No point.
The game was watched by then too. So
yeah, no point. He could have stayed on. He could have stayed on. Give him a run out. Save Dorgu for Thursday. Yeah, Dorgu.
We're in Colombia. He was like one of the only players I liked on that day. I mean, Salah blew past him a few times, but he caught right back up.
Yep.
And got to Salah and squared him up.
He's relentless.
He's gonna be a good one. I know they're worried about his size. Oh, basically, were you pissed off when they had him trying to size up Dunk?
Yeah, and then it was like, who told him to do it? Somebody told him to go. It's like, go get on him.
Like he was a buffer for Lindelof. I'm like, Lindelof, get your bitch ass there and fucking Mark Burn, please.
If he might as well have been there because Lindelof don't got no kind of aerial anything. The man,
he was like a speed bump for Lindelof. Freaking Hamas.
He can't jump or do anything that requires strength. I like Lindelof, right?
I don't think
he's the worst, but he's just not our quality.
Yeah,
he's just not. And when I say our quality, because we're shit, but when I say our quality, I mean the quality we need to get back to it. I think when you let Harry Maguire,
that's what nobody says. That's our quality.
Yeah, when you let Harry Maguire, outshine you again, after being the most hated player in Man United history since the other center back we had that was just Phil Jones. When you let him play himself back into good graces, that says a lot more about your game. You can't get a game when everybody's healthy. You can't get a game, but you're sitting there, you're nicking a living, you're wearing nice, clean clothes every day. I don't know. I'm glad Lindelof's leaving. Poor Eriksen. Eriksen don't deserve this. Nope. He's going outside. He don't deserve this.
He got a new heart to come here and suffer, man.
Yeah, I'm not even mad at him. It's just he just can't do it at this level. I just don't think he's this quality anymore. I don't think no matter where he goes, he needs to come to the United States and play. He'll be good here. He'll be great here.
Them Yankee boys gonna rough him up. Let him retire, man.
Rough him up? How? They can't. I'm sorry. The level of quality here is shameful. It's sad. Some of the games I see here, and it's very slow. It's slow and like horseshoe-like. Not a fan. Shouts to Atlanta United. I do enjoy going to Atlanta United games. Eriksen will do great in the MLS. Exactly. I don't know what this guy's talking about. I agree. MS should have stayed on.
It's a physical league. He's gonna have problems coping with that. I think.
But is it the physicality or just lack of pace?
I feel it's both for him. I mean, maybe if he goes into Miami, he could ball out.
That's fair. They could use an extra baller or two.
Yep.
Kuhn. I know who you mean. Needs minutes. Yeah, that kid needs to play. He needs to.
Kone. Yeah, Kone.
Kone. Yeah. Because I'm like, isn't it?
That's worrying. We haven't heard anything about Kone, man.
Yeah, he's probably not doing well at the moment, or not enough that the manager feels like.
He scored a really good goal the other day for the I think it was the 18s out of 21s.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're not hearing much about him like playing in the first team. So I'm a little concerned.
We'll see, Brian. I'm okay with Obi getting minutes. He can't play in Europa for whatever reason. It's
He's
a
gonna have to be on the bench.
issue. Yeah, but yeah, he needs minutes for sure. I think we need to just go with youth now, right? What I said at the beginning of the month, they were like, "Oh, are we gonna survive April?" I was like, bro, all it's gonna take is 2 defeats, and then we'll all be back at square one. Now we haven't gotten that yet. Well, we drew the City, and we were mad. With that game was so annoying that it felt like we lost because we could have won it, and then we lose this game. Back at it. All it takes is a couple games, bro. It'd be hard for me to get on the United train because all it takes is a couple games, and we're right back to square one. Anything else you want to cover with that Newcastle game? I think we pretty much picked it to death.
Yeah, I think that's it. Who we got this week? Brentford on Sunday.
Yeah, that's an early game. I'm gonna go to the pub for that game. It's a 9:00 game.
9:00. I don't know if I could do that, but I'll be up watching it though. I don't miss my boys.
You can't make it at 12 o'clock.
I was there this week. Give me a break.
Yeah,
the league's
Is it Wolves? Is it Wolves?
Hold up. Yeah, we at home versus Wolves. My bad.
Wolves, another team that won 6 and 9.
Oh, they put it on Spurs. Yo, they straight up quit on Ange.
Bro, they had 2 goals in the first 5 minutes. They disallowed one of them.
They straight up quit on Ange. I like Ange though.
Was it Ait Nori? Ait Nori has the fastest Premier League goal in history.
Nice. He's a good one too.
Insane. Yeah, 6 and 9 for them, and they beat a Tottenham side that beat us 3 times without their best player on the pitch. Cunha came on.
Yeah, he came on the second half and he scored.
Yeah, he wasn't even on the pitch when they got bad for them. So that's another team that, like, on their day, they'll give you. They're not to be played with. They're not to be played with. I mean, a lot of teams are like that. Leon's like that. Leon, Leon got Shirky talking crazy. Now you're talking about, oh, we're not afraid of them. We're gonna go in there. We're gonna attack.
Yeah.
We don't care about none of
that. They had the opportunities. If Lacazette wasn't such a bum, he could have scored a hat-trick.
Tolisso.
There are a lot of guys who missed some chances or hit it like right at Onana.
I'll say this real quick. I don't think y'all got a chance to hear what I was saying about Mason Mount on that day. What I was saying is I don't think he was bad. I just didn't think he did anything. He touched the ball 8 times and he lost it twice. Like, he had 5 passes where, like, every pass he made was on, but, like, I just thought he was regular. He wasn't on really long enough to really do anything in the game. I mean, I guess 18 minutes is enough time to affect the game, right? It's enough time, but
that same one you teasing folks about when he was running, when he ran and saved the ball, I think that created a chance. I can't remember if it created a goal, but it kept play alive and created like a really good chance. So that was probably his best moment in the game for me.
Yeah, okay, and I'll give you that, but I just don't feel like everybody's like latching on to say that he did well.
Everybody are just Sean.
What did he do? What did he do? The whole panel. Yeah, I think he did great. He did great. I said, well, what did he do? And that can't tell me a passenger play. He didn't get hurt.
I feel like he played well enough, contributed. Wasn't like over the top.
That's fair.
Bruno took the game over.
I think Kobe came on and did something.
Yeah, Kobe had a better game than Mount in that 20 minutes. For sure.
Mason Mount did nothing in this Newcastle game. We were already done and dusted by then. There was nothing for him to do. I want him to come good. Yeah, I want him to come good, man.
We can't sell him, so
yeah. But like, I'm not finna just because I think he's gonna do well that I'm gonna add to the allure. No, you didn't do anything. You didn't do nothing against Newcastle, which is cool. We were getting our ass kicked. And you didn't really do anything against Leon, for real. Let's be quite honest. Like, you came on, you showed some fight, you pushed some man. All right,
that was a stink tackle. I'm glad he stood up for himself.
Yeah, do that. You know what I'm saying? All good. But let's read some of these chats here. At least Mount is still healthy, which is progress. I'll take that all day. That is the best ability is availability. Mount wasn't a factor for sure. Brian, 100%. You're batting 1,000 right now. They'll beat us They beat us. They'll tie with us in the table.
Wolves, yeah.
You know what? I don't even care.
We're not getting relegated, first of all. Oh, Ipswich and Leicester could get relegated Sunday, by the way. It's done for them. Ipswich plays Arsenal and Leicester plays Liverpool. We're not getting relegated, guys.
Good.
We're gonna have our worst season ever, though. That's booked as well.
That's locked in. Worst season ever. Cannot progress. And you know what? We're the worst Big Six side in Premier League history.
Yeah.
With this result, the worst. And Chelsea was the worst with 12.
When it came 12,
we're the worst now. We can't do any better. But let us. You know what? Let us win the Europa League. Let us win the Europa League. Let us get that Champions League money. I'll be all here for it.
I need it. We need that. I need that.
I need it. I need that. So we're gonna move on a little bit. Don't forget Tottenham are not. Don't forget Tottenham. Are they not Big Six? That's what I'm talking. Are you being funny? Are you trying to be funny? I think he's trying to be funny.
It is funny. What are you talking about?
You know what? That is true, bro. Damn. So I think
they are.
They're Big Six because of money.
Historically, you might have to say Everton over Spurs. But as far as the Premier era goes, Spurs, yeah.
That's true. You know what? Let me tell you something. Tottenham is always so far from my mind. When it comes to football, I always forget about Tottenham, bro. And that's not even me trying to be shady, gang. I just be forgetting about them as an entity. Leicester's fully cooked. Ipswich next. Outside of Europa, let the kids play in. Let's have an early spring training. Okay. The kids Amorim doesn't see working, but do okay. We can sell 100%. They're Big Six because of their stadium. They make a lot of money too, though. They make a lot of money. Like outside of the stadium shit, they sell a lot of fucking shirts and shit.
Levy is like Scrooge, man.
Damn. I mean, you got to throw Newcastle in there now too, right?
Yeah, money wise and form wise, yeah.
Yeah. And look,
a fluid.
Casey said it earlier. I didn't read it. They are ran well. They have a little bit of calamity from now to here and there, but they ran well. Look, no manager sick, eating tapioca in the hospital wing, watching the game, probably calling in like, all right, hey, tell that dude to line up here, do this, do that, have a better view of it with all the cameras and whatnot. And they, no problem, no issue. So this is not a Newcastle show. I'm not glazing Newcastle, but you got to give respect when respect's due. They beat our ass.
They're a fun team to watch.
They beat our ass. I'm gonna be real. I
think they
some teams you have a soft spot for in football. You don't like them, but when they're doing well, you ain't too mad. I'm not too mad.
That's Spurs for me.
Spurs is another one. When they're doing okay, like I'm like, oh, all right. You know,
Newcastle were okay until they got that stanking fucking attitude. Especially Bruno was getting on there. No, I've last 2-3 seasons I've learned to hate that team.
Yeah, I'm not mad. I don't. They're shitty. Don't get me wrong, but they are fun to watch. Like Brian saying, if I was a fan, I'd be so fun to watch. They're fun to watch.
They're dicks. Julianton, Bruno, Aaron Gordon. They're all dicks. Yo, even Isak when he's doing that thing. Oh my goodness! If he did that to Manny, I'll be fucking.
Isak stepped up to.
He's like, this guy trying to mock me.
He stepped up to Bayindir and then turned around real quick after the assist. I said, "Oh, this dude, this dude is something else, boy." I mean,
that's what you need for a CF, man. You need that attitude.
When you're a big man in the game, you can do what you want.
Exactly.
You can do what you want as long as you ain't, being disrespectful. You can, as far as like, taking it to the next level, you can do what you want. The guy has 20-something goals or something this season.
Yeah, top dollar striker right there.
Do what you want. I think he's staying too. Real quick,
once they make Champions League, you stay. Yeah.
What you think about Salah and possibly VVD signing new deals?
I don't know why they were beating around the bush with that. Was it a money thing? They think they're too old. They're clearly good enough for a deal. So that couldn't be it. I don't understand why they were tripping so long over that, but good on them. They signed him up. We got to deal with that side for 2 more years. Honestly, he ran into a real nice. I'm not saying he's a bad coach or not a great coach, but he had a ready-made squad. They just weren't feeling Klopp anymore. They got tired of that message, and they brought in a good gaffer, and they basically hit the ground running. They could win it before May. I think not this week, but they could win it next week against Spurs at home. And they'll sing the songs. I'll cut the TV off, and that'll be the end of my Sunday.
That's the worst Sunday too. Anytime, you know what? One of the worst end of the seasons I had was when, I guess everybody's was the same. Everybody's was the same. When City won the treble, I felt like this pit in my stomach the whole day. I remember we took Avery to the pool, and I seen a guy. He seen my tattoo and was like, "Oh yeah, I'm a City fan." And of course, after 2008, and they always want to talk to you. And the way they talk to you and approach you is always like, "Yeah, like it's this air of, you can't fuck with us, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel bad for you, man. You're old news.
What's wrong with your club, man?
I just hate being talked down to like that, and that's exactly what they do. And I was like, I couldn't even hate on them because I was like, that's a good team. I don't see them losing. I want them to lose, but I don't see them losing. And Onana was in goal then.
You're like, good luck in court, bitch.
Yeah, they've delayed that process because I don't think nothing's gonna happen. I mean,
I don't know, man.
The rich get away with everything in this country.
This planet, man.
They get away with everything. Why would they not get the lawyer that they're paying, that guy makes $5,000 an hour.
the lawyer, whatever.
Why would I not drag this out?
I ain't got all the paperwork yet, man. I need more time.
Why would I not drag? I would drag
more
this
billable
out for 7
hours.
years. 7 years, I would keep this in litigation, bro.
Yeah,
did y'all discuss what happened with Blanc? I came late. No, we're actually gonna get into that. You know what, Brian? You're on the show next week. You've earned show time next week. We book it. I actually have that pulled up to talk about. So, Man United directed to leave role and move to new position as turnover at Old Trafford under Sir Jim Ratcliffe continues. All right. Claude-Blanc has stepped down as director of Manchester United, but will continue to play an active role in running the club. Blanc is chief executive of Ineos Sport and has been involved at United since Sir Jim Ratcliffe's 1.3 billion pound investment in the club, included filling in as interim CEO at Old Trafford. Along with Sir Dave Brailsford, he's been involved in many of the changes overseen by United's co-managers and the transformation of Carrington Training Complex. United confirmed Monday that the Frenchman is stepping down from his position as director, but will continue to play a valuable role as chief of international football relations and special advisor to the board. It's understood Blanc will focus on United's international relationships with FIFA, UEFA, and the European Club Association, on which he holds a board position, as well as the UEFA ECA joint venture. Club statement read, Jean-Claude Blanc has stepped down from his position as the director of Manchester United Football Club. However, he'll continue an active role in management of the club in his new position as chief of international football relations and special advisor to the board. So a rich guy stepped down and got a new job.
Yep. Like I told y'all, I was like, he probably just wanted more yacht time, you know?
The guy, he has to go, and he has to go.
He's a little,
disrupt another country's GDP or politics or just this socio-economic way of life somewhere else. Maybe he's trying to dodge some more tax. I don't know what these are all speculations. I have no proof, but I don't care. What is he doing now? What is he doing? I didn't even know he was there, to be fair. I thought, I was like, this is a bit of bullshit here when I posted. I was like, what is he terminated for? Now we have to pay some more money out? That was my thing there. But I'm like, what has he done? What is he really? I don't know what he's done. Do you know?
I don't know. Yeah, we don't know. He just started. I know they brought him in more on the commercial side. I know he got PSG that the Jordan deal, and he's kind of like along that line when it comes to the club. So it's not so much the football side, so more like the business side of things. But like you said, when we got the news today, of course, it conveniently came out on a Monday after we got our asses beat. So, just more dog piling on United. So I'm like, what the hell is this about? But it seemed like it's just a procedural thing. He's moving to another department. So
they said he
not too asked about it.
They say he orchestrated the first round of layoffs. The first 250, he orchestrated the first round of that. So, hey, whatever, dude. Enjoy exploiting us people and making money and whatever else you do. I'm not interested. I can't be asked. He's definitely not a football person. He makes the money. Yeah, but doing what though? I don't know what any of these titles mean, bro. I'm just a simple man. I go to work. I have my lunch pail. I have my hammer with nails. You
even got a nail, man. Goddamn.
I'm just a simple guy, man. You explain it to me. Explain me how he makes the money, because we ain't making no damn money right now. Oh, before I forget, big shout outs to Red Devil Threads. You see them in the right hand. I always get this mixed up right here, like right there.
Yeah.
They're in the top corner. You see them. RedDevilThreads.com, bro. Just go on there. I got some stuff coming. I'm making my order tonight. I'm going to probably have it in the next couple days. This is not one of their stuff. Somebody got me this. This is not nothing from them, but they make quality stuff. I see Casey with it all the time. Stickers, all kinds of doodads, magnets. Whatever you need, you could just go ahead, get a subscription with them. Pay a little subscription, get a nice little something to your house every day that's Man United related. Whatever colorway you want, black, white, green, Glazers out, your favorite player, they'll make that. Whatever you want, bro. They got it for you right there. RedDevilThreads.com. What'd you say?
Custom threads. Let's go.
Everything custom made. So, you don't want to give money to the Glazers. You don't want to give money to Adidas for these shirts and whatnot. Go ahead and hit up Red Devil Threads and get suited and booted and get you right every time. Also, shout out to Balorian, Malukian, LLP. Okay, the greatest law firm. And Balorian, Malukian, and Shakidian, LLP. Sorry. Shout outs to Armenia. Shout outs to all of them. I'm sorry. I don't want to mess it up. But yeah, greatest law firm, personal injury, slip and fall, all that good stuff, man. Hit them up. They beat the feds one time, man. It gets you. I seen another case they just put up on Instagram. 400,000, 400 big thousand. What would you do with 400,000 right now?
Buy a new keeper, dog.
All right, I'll find me like some Swedish keeper from the 5th division and promise him a visa and all that good stuff for 400,000. So hit up Ike, Vahe, Ani, Ashat, all them man there. Hundreds of paralegals all around. They're there to help you. What's that? 747-444-4444. That's off the top of the dome. That's off the top of the dome, gang. I'm really spinning off the top of the dome, but hit them up today. Great law firm, great group of individuals, and they are sponsoring Stateside Reds. And we love to see it. We love both of our sponsors, man. Shouts to everybody. About 50 minutes in the show, I just want to end up by asking, has Ruben Amorim made us better?
Not on the field yet. I mean, you see a glimpse of it. That link up with Bruno and Big Zerks, rest his soul. That was pretty good. You see moments of it.
So like he died.
He's done for the season, man. As soon as he got going, it was like real disheartening to see him pull up. I'm like, God damn, that's the last thing we need. But anyway, yes, fragments of it, But I feel like what hurts him is the regression of a bunch of guys and the injuries too. Kobe was probably one of our best players last year. He missed a lot of this year. Garnacho regressed. Hoyland regressed. Onana, same blunders. So it was just a lot of pain. He didn't want to come right now. You didn't want to come in the fall. You wanted to come summertime.
Hey,
Kind of
hold
forced
on.
it.
Reese done got in here. What game were you watching? One pass in 90 minutes. Up the time. He played 90 seconds of decent football. That's Reese.
Reese.
I don't want to hear nothing what Reese have to say unless he got a beer for me in his hand. Shouts to Reese, man. He's our resident Chelsea fan that works at our pub. Should be illegal, but shouts to him. But yeah, go ahead, brother. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, not enough on the field, but like we said, we know we have a bunch of knuckleheads playing with us. Some of them for years. A lot of them are Eric Ten Hag's bad buys. 600 million of bad buys from Eric Ten Hag, man. There's no dodging that kid. There is no dodging that. We all liked him, wanted to stay, wanted to work out, but malfeasance. Some of the buys, some of the prices. I mean, some of the prices weren't exactly his fault, but why should we have been buying Anthony? When we got him, I was a little upset. We should have got Rafinha from Leeds right away. He was cheaper, 60 mil. We went and got Anthony for 85. So we got Ruben, and I thought that everyone was on board with the idea of a rebuild. But here we are, 2025 AD, and we're still talking about firing a fucking manager, kid. This I think that's probably the most upsetting part of the weekend, that doubts about Ruben Amorim came up. I'm like, could we get 5 players out the door first and get 5 of his players in and see what we can do?
Facts.
I don't care what no one says. Oh, last window with Ineos was a good window. I don't think any of those buys were like complete failures compared to like Anthony or Malacia or something like that. I mean, I'm not faulting Malacia because his knee got destroyed. But yeah, I mean, the Lick's not a bad buy.
Nope.
Ugarte's not a bad buy.
Nope.
Masraoui is a freaking bargain. And Xerxes. That's not a bad summer. If look at it now, we're in April. That's not a bad summer.
That Malacia name I ain't heard in a long time. He is not doing well.
He's not doing well at PSG.
I've checked in. I've dipped my toe in a couple times, and I ain't seeing nothing. I have to really tap in to see.
I mean, I left back in Holland, so I mean, if it's quiet, I'm guessing that's good. I'm not sure where they are on the table. I haven't checked the Eredivisie in a while. But yeah,
real quick, we can't have 18 to 24 months we can't just give 18 to 24 months to Gaffer and expect shit to happen, especially when each dude in charge brings overpaid fools. We've no way of offloading. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, person side, and it's someone we can't sell. We have to remind ourselves. Some of the guys we want to get rid of, we can't get rid of. No one's buying. We're gonna have to like pay them out and cut them. And I don't think a lot of football teams are keen on that. We're seeing Manchester United.
No, unless you're just saying. Listen, we had a literal sexual assault allegation on one of our guys, and we were playing defense hot potato with him if he was going to leave or not, and still paying him $80,000 a week. So, I don't hear much about him anymore either. That's actually kind of crazy. I saw McTominay. People are like, I just can't believe for the life of me. Why?
He's beating with De Zerbi.
Yeah.
Because he's a knucklehead.
I don't understand why we let McTominay go, because he scored a goal today. I said, bro, he had
McTominay was one of the few people we could sell.
He had 8 goals and 4 assists. Like, y'all are acting like he's raising the roof in Italy. He's doing exactly what he would be doing here. We needed the money. What do you want me to say? He wouldn't fit in this system anyway. It just wouldn't. There's no place for him to play. Where would he play?
He
can't play Cam, and he can't play CDM.
He'd be a backup 10, I think, on that side.
Okay, that's fair. Another issue is we have, as soon as a guy starts to get a little form, he gets an injury, 100%. England has
decent tomatoes, though.
Okay, I don't know if that was decent or not.
You heard that story of McTominay, right?
What's about it?
He was like, yeah, the tomatoes I have back home, they're basically like red water. The tomatoes here in Italy are so much better. I love the food here.
I
He's
bet
like,
you do.
yeah, the community in Napoli, they're like really tapped in with the side, you know. So he was just talking about the things he likes in Italy and getting to learn a second language and all that good stuff. Good for him. More Brits should get out of Britain and play some football. Get some culture. More culture, sorry.
Get some sun. Getting that good sun out there. Yeah, but I'm not here to shit on McTominay. I like to thank him for all the stuff he's done here, but I just don't like when people are acting like people are just killing it where they're at. It's like, you're not really killing it, bro. You got 8 goals in like 40 some odd games, 30 some odd games. Like, you're not really killing it. You're doing exactly what you did here. That's how California's text. We chop up words like Jamaicans. Yo, Casey swears that like what him and his crew do are just so different. They're just oh, this is how we do. This is how we do it around here. Like, all right, brother. Whatever you say, King. Much love to you. Our contracts need to be heavy in the performance bonuses and lighter on the annual. Yes, but here's the problem with that. The problem with that is guys know to come. First off, we're not desirable anymore. We're not a desirable place. Before people come in like, yo, play for the great Man United. We could play for Sir Alex. Like, that was drawing guys in, and then also money. You know, like, right, we had money to spend. Even when Sir Alex was gone, it was, all right, we can lure a guy with 60 and 70 million dollars. Now we're having an issue. They're talking about they're lending out 150 and 200 million this off season for signings. You're gonna have to. Somebody's gonna have to get paid mucho money, and that might only buy 3 players, gang. We still have to let guys in. Do you think we're gonna buy 7 guys this season and revamp the squad? That's what the problem is with me, bro. The problem for me is that people are saying Amorim is shit, but we've been agreeing that these players aren't good enough, that we need to
just lose focus on that, guys.
We never get to a rebuild. We never get to the rebuild part of the game. You know why? We get interrupted with little bits of success. Little tiny bits of success will derail us and start getting us or getting
to keep this guy.
We're better than we are, like the FA Cup, like the Carabao. We'll win those little things and we'll start saying like, oh, we'll do this, we'll do that. And it's like, bro, can we have a real rebuild where we like a real free hit season where it's like, you know what? We just want to see you guys improve. And I've seen the improvement in the team as far as, you know, the way they play in spurts. I just need to see it for longer than 20 minutes.
Yeah. Got no endurance, no mental endurance, no physical endurance.
Yeah, they're weak. They're weak. They're the weak side, and some of them, when it gets bad for them, they don't know. They can't come back. That's why when Leon scored, I was like, oh hell. They got us in the next 10 minutes. They need to score because the mental fortitude on these guys, especially if Leon gets a hold of the game now that they're scoring.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be bad, bro. It's gonna be bad. I meant to say agents don't want to get paid on potential. They want the money. Honest rebuild could be 5+ years. Oh Lord, I want to be old as hell.
Plus, no way, man. No.
Look, and we talk about the real rebuild, and we're like, oh hell no,
5 years to win a title. Yeah, I could dig that, but to be good in 5 years, no.
We're the problem. Yeah, I'm all in on Amorim. I'm still all in on Amorim. I'm all in on Amorim, bro.
Yeah,
I don't get mad at him. I don't get mad at him the way I used to get mad at Ten Hag. I used to see Ten Hag and that little beanhead and want to just slap him on it. I'm also bald. That's cool. I can say that. It's not bald discrimination when you're bald. I just want to slap him on his head. Then he would go in the damn train. And then you guys would keep telling me what he was saying in fucking press conferences and shit. And I'm like, damn it, we got to ignore this dude. He's dumb. I was riding with him at first, but yeah.
I was at a point like, yeah, fine. Gaslight the press. He's not gaslighting me. Gaslight the press. Gaslight the haters. Like, fine, because you know they're not gonna like anything he's gonna fucking say anyway. So just protect your men, you know, and just lie to their faces. Huh?
This is a good question because, and I wanted to bring this up early. Casey just brought up a good question. Big up, Casey. It's a great question. I'll start it off like this before I read it. With Binder making the mistakes that he made, and this always being on the cards, does that allow Onana to walk back into the team?
That's a tough one.
Casey asks, who's your goalie Thursday?
Yeah. From a morale standpoint, I think it'll hurt putting Onana back in there again.
I am torn, bro.
I am torn, but I think the players might be like, oh, fuck, if we put Onana in the lineup Thursday. If it's by there, like, you know what, we're going to rally, going to pick him up, going to pick up the youth. But if you put Onana in that goal Thursday, it's going to be like, oh, shit.
Apparently, they're not fucking with him, bro.
Yeah.
Like, he had to come up to Carrington with his agent. And his agent's the same one that was doing the Koulibaly and them kind of man deals to Chelsea. And he went up there and they talk about new deal. They talk about we need more money or we need to move. And Saudi wanted him 2 years ago. That's the thing. He was on the way to Saudi 2 years ago. So that might still be on the cards, bro. I can see that guy playing for Al Attifaq. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, brother. Listen. Go get the money in Saudi, bro. Go ahead and get that generational wealth and use some of it to heal Cameroon, bro. It's over here. It's over. It's done. And I backed you, bro. I'm gonna just say this. I'm never gonna be one of those guys, bro, that, oh, this guy's shit. I'm never gonna give him a chance here. Ha ha ha. I'm a football mind. I know everything. No, fool, because they now make me the asshole when he does well. And then a hater when he starts doing well, because like it makes me look like a damn fool. Anybody that does well, I want them here. Come to Man United. Just like they used to say, come to Besiktas. Come to Man United.
Come to death row.
Come to death row. You know what I'm saying? The South got something to say. Come on down. We want to have you. But talking crazy about a player is not what I'm going to do. I backed you on Onana. I gave you a chance. It's just time to go, bro. Also, that video I did about me saying all the shit I said and then playing the Curb Your Enthusiasm thing afterwards on TikTok, people message me like, yo, were you on drugs then? I'm like,
I needed drugs.
Yes, I was. I was on drugs. I was. Players' action spoke volumes after. To answer the question, Binder. Give me Binder. I don't feel like his mistakes were so bad. I don't feel like they were like, he's also coming off the bench cold. You know what I'm saying? He needs more games. Like, this would be unfair for me to I think it's actually a little unfair that he's getting called crap. Because I called him crap earlier, but it's a little unfair because it's like he's coming off the bench crap. That was his first Premier League game that he got to start in. Playing.
Just cup games he's been doing, yeah.
Come on now. You can't just it's a rhythm position, just like being a striker. Playing football in general is about rhythm.
And that's exactly why I wanted him to start on Sunday, for rhythm, so you could start on Thursday.
Yeah, you got rhythm. So I'm giving it to Binder.
Yeah. Let Onana play on Wolves on Sunday.
Are we at Wolves?
No, we're home.
Do you want to put him out in front of that stretch?
It don't fucking matter in the league anymore. I don't care. Put him out there.
Nah, man. You got to play. Let's talk about that real quick. You
want to run by there the rest of the way?
Let's talk about that real quick. I know we all don't care about the league, but do you want to lose in the league?
No, I don't want to lose in the league. I don't want to get people hurt in the league. That's what I don't want.
Okay. It's a fine line because we're stretched thin.
Yeah, I know we are. Hey, yo.
Hey, yo. I didn't even think about it too easy. All right. Let me read some more of these because these guys are good. Hey, Casey and Brian are really bringing up some good point. I don't want to finish 17, says Brian. We already lost in the league. Play the kids. Yeah, but we've been lost in the league though, bro. Like we didn't just lose in the league. We've been out of everything for 4 months now. Like we still want to win the games. You want to win. Look, you were just in Manchester, bro. You were just in Manchester. Paid that good money to go there. You want to see a lackluster team get slap up by Wolves? No. You want to see a good game, especially if you're traveling. No. That's just how I think. But I understand that we're stretched and we need pause. We need time. 100%. Other than that shit pass, he hasn't played since FA Cup, I think. Yep. Welcome to Dante's Inferno. Yep. KG said that he talked to the CEO for the Saudi team and already sold Onana for $25 million. I saw that. That was funny. That was very funny. Those guys are funny. Hopefully one day they come on our show. It's gonna happen. Yeah, I think you give it to Mayan there, bro. Give him the reins. Let him play it out. He can't be any worse.
Brian also says get Kovar back.
Yeah.
It's just frustrating because like all we were talking about the transfer window coming in the summertime, we were thinking, all right, maybe goalie could wait till January or next summertime, and Andre Onana goes and does this and just just flips the table on us.
He proves the stereotypes right. We just can't place goalkeeper, man.
Dude,
they said we couldn't play.
I'm thinking that Mike Maignan for AC Milan is a dope ass goalie. By the way, he nearly got killed this weekend. Oh my god, you saw that collision?
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah, he was on a stretch.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, it was an ugly one.
That's a good goalie. I know we can. I know Onana was everything. I just wanted him to just beat the allegations. Beat the allegations, fool. But that's the thing about the allegations. They always gonna be there. So you ain't really beating them, right? Blake from Jamaica is a good goal. Listen. Hey, you, sir. We not taking no Jamaican players unless it's Leon Bailey. That's all we want from Jamaica. All right. It's a damn shame we really have to seriously think about getting a goalie. Yeah, bro. Yeah. 2, probably. 2. Yep. Insane. Either you give it to Binder or you let Tom Heaton play.
I don't know the kid in the academy. I think he's 18 or 19. That's the star that coming out of the academy, but he's 18 or 19. That's not gonna happen anytime soon. But yeah, we can't. Maybe we get Barry Binder and someone else, another younger goalie. But yeah, I think it's up for Onana. It's definitely up.
Tom Heaton hasn't played since 2000 and.
Since we were in Jersey,
bro, he hasn't played since the preseason matches in Jersey, bro.
Yeah.
He hasn't played for us one time.
He's probably like the second 11 keeper in training or something.
I like that James Trafford.
He's here or there.
I like that James Trafford. I think he's decent.
I like Verbruggen from Brighton, but that's gonna be mad coin.
Yeah.
There's this I think another Belgian goalie plays for Lille. I think that's one they're looking at too. Everyone is going to be expensive. Suzuki's going to be 40 million. The Costa guy from Porto, that's going to be a whole bag of money. So, like I said, it's something I really wish we didn't have to deal with now, since we need a striker and we need 10s and all that good shit. And now we got to go buy a goalie, kid. It's very depressing.
Yeah, it's sad, bro. It's sad. But you know what? It's Manchester United. All we know is sad. All we know is despair.
All we know recently.
The 11.
That's why you the same way you get mad when these City fans come up to you talking shit. I'm like, dog, how long you started watching football?
I don't like even
have a little respect when you talk to a Man U fan.
I don't even like that anymore. I don't like that. I don't even say nothing now. I don't even say nothing because, like, I hate the history merchants. I hate them. As I say this with a York jersey over my back here, I hate them because it's like, yeah, bitch, but like, what happened last week? What happened last week? What happened last season? And it's like, I thought I'll say that. And I'm like, yeah, y'all are good now. We'll be back. That's what I say now.
When you talk to me, okay? Just take it easy.
I say we'll be back. We'll be back. I just don't want Arsenal can't win this Champions League. They're going to win it though. They're going to win. I'm telling you.
I feel that's like it's just like United purgatory for the success. All these people are getting their licks in. You know,
everybody
want to travel now. Liverpool about to lock up number 20. Arsenal might win the Champions League. Yeah.
Everybody it's like we're tied up on a tree and everybody's just like, boom, Champions League, boom, Premier League, boom, Club World Cup. My God. Damn it.
Yo, so yeah, if Arsenal do it, that means 4 English teams have won it since we had. It'll be Chelsea. Chelsea won it twice. And then
we ain't been close. The closest we've been was that night in Paris.
the Rashford goal, yeah.
We won that, and then we got smoked the next game after.
Was it Barca or Bayern that smoked us out? I can't remember.
Barca smoked our boots.
Yeah.
Wasn't even close.
Then the Europa League stumbles with Sevilla and Valladolid. Choking in finals.
Brother, you can't say they're not going to win it because he said Arsenal's not winning the Champions League. PSG's better. And Barcelona, what Rice did, he will not do again. Yeah, but also Mikel Merino scored, and they scored nothing. They made them look like us. They looked bereft of idea. They had them pinned up. Great show. Have a good night. Yeah, have a good night. We'll see.
3 goals are kind.
But yeah, they had us pinned in, bro.
They could have scored 6 that night.
Yeah, that was a domination.
Real Madrid had.
I'm talking about Rice. What Rice did was incredible. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm saying Arsenal. You saying Arsenal's not going to win? I'm like, bro, we said they weren't going to beat Real Madrid, and now look at this.
Clapped up.
Slap them. Real Madrid is overrated. No, I think they're quite rightly rated. There's a reason why people thought they were gonna smack them. They have the best players, some of the best players in the world.
The defending Champions League and La Liga champs, man.
Come on now, like I will say, but
and they got Mbappe.
Is that this isn't the best Real Madrid side. This is not the most bulletproof side we've ever seen. They have issues. They're old. But I wouldn't say they're overrated. Y'all love that overrated world. Remember y'all saying that with Mbappe? And then he scored 20 goals, and he's had 20 goals since the year started. It's crazy.
He nearly broke a guy's foot this weekend, man.
Yeah.
That was disgusting.
I see Steve Nicol got in on him, talking about he's egotistical, and I'm like, damn. Did you say that when Mateta got his head kicked? Was it Mateta?
Oh my god!
When he got his head kicked off,
and he got his jaw unhinged. Goddamn!
Yeah, like, did you say that about that player at that time, or are you just talking about the guy that makes $100 million? You gotta watch these ESPN FC guys. But you got anything else, bro? I think we pretty much beat to death what's been going on.
Yep. God be with Rasmus Højlund on Thursday, because we're gonna need it and he's gonna need it. All our hopes are pinned on him. I doubt we're gonna do any false 9 bullshit. I don't who's gonna do it. Mount, Bruno. I don't think I want to see that.
We can't have Bruno on a false 9, dog.
No.
Harry Maguire.
Harry Maguire might have to defend, especially if De Ligt is not playing. I think first and foremost we need De Ligt in the lineup. De Ligt and Euro, and I guess Miles
or Luke Shaw.
Luke Shaw played the left.
Yeah.
I know he could do it.
He looked good running. Yeah. I mean, he didn't do nothing, but he looked like he looked fast. He looked like he got his pace back. He has a decent amount of medium pace.
That's good for one of the center backs. I think that, going forward, that has to be his role. Because first of all, he can't play that many minutes, and I don't think he could travel that many miles in a game from game to game too. So he might have to do it until Alicia comes back. And we don't know what version of Alicia we're gonna get. If we're gonna get the old ECL at 28, that's kind of tough, kid. So, but yeah,
to rise, Rasmus, you need to rise for this game.
We need Euro Rasmus. Find him back, dust him off your Lego collection in Denmark. Dust him off and bring him back.
If there's any game that you need to put on a performances to win the respect and the love of this fan base back, this is it. Because, bro, can you imagine the backlash if we go out?
They're gonna season's done. They're gonna pile the hell on. Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna be real. If I'm in England, I don't go to the rest of those games. If I'm in Manchester, I'm done. Once we go out to Lyon, that's it. Worst season ever. Done. Finished. No more for me, brother. Done. Yeah, Rasmus, like Brian saying, Rasmus needs to have himself a damn game. And yeah, bro, we're just this game's giving me a bit of anxiety, as they always do. But this game, these types of matches, they give me anxiety, bro. Leon's gonna come there fearless. They really have nothing to lose. They're 6th. They'll be back in this competition next year.
Yeah,
they'll be right back. If not in the Champions League, if somehow they get in, they'll be right back. We won't be back.
Win, they're facing
we won't be back. We need this to be appetizing to other teams. We need the money. We need this more than anything. And look, what is it? Bodo just beat Lazio.
Yep.
2-0. This is the time. This is the time for us to rise. This is the time for us to rise. You know, but I'm saying this as if we're good. We're not good. We're not good. Bodo could beat us. We're beatable.
Did we play Bodo? We drew? Oh, we won? I can't remember.
We did play them, but I don't remember.
That wasn't the game.
All these games are melting together in my head now, gang. They're all just one big loss.
I'll try to remember the game with one of Onana's mistakes when he passed it into the press. Was that Bodo or was that somebody else?
Let me tell you something right now, Brian. I don't want to be in Europa Conference League.
Play the Utes.
I don't want to be in that. I don't want to be in that. Because if you lose it, it's embarrassing because you're supposed to win it because you're big Man United from the Premier League. And if you win it, you're big Man United from the Premier League. Why are you winning this?
Oh, yeah. Can't win.
So, we won't be in any Europe. And that's probably a good thing. I'll end it like this. We don't deserve to be in Champions League, but we need to be in there.
If we make it, I'm rubbing it in everybody's face. I don't care.
I'm gonna wear Champions League shirts and shit. I'm telling you that right now. If we make the Champions League, it's up. But yeah, man, unless you got something else to add.
God be with us on Thursday. And if we make it through, we have 2 more games to worry about.
God, Allah.
Yep. Maybe it could be Rangers. Because that Bilbao team is gonna be fit.
We need all of them. We need everyone. Yahweh. We need, Ron L. Hubbard.
Chuck Norris.
Fucking Will Smith. Everybody. We need everybody. Keanu Reeves.
Jesus. Neo. Who else?
we need everybody watching. It's gonna be bad. Tomorrow, we got those Casual Reds tapping in tomorrow. Gonna have the LA guys.
West Coast,
Pittsburgh guys, Atlanta guys talking about the matches, talking about all the stuff we didn't cover today. Shouts to everybody that's going to watch this in the future. Shouts to everybody that tapped in with us today. Once again, sponsored by Red Devil Threads and Valorian, Manukian, and Shakirian LLP, located in Encino, California. Until next time, man. Hey, up the Reds and keep the faith, gang. You know what it is.
Have a good night.
Good night, y'all.